Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to C2L. I am Tomide.
I'm Kalpa.
Welcome to Chennai to Lagos. Today is special. Why is it special?
We compiled a list of pointers that we've learned in the past couple of months on YouTube and want to extend that to you guys in case you were going to stop this journey like we did. It's COVID third wave, so maybe you want to start something new, and if YouTube is your thing, perhaps our points might help you.
Fantastic. So let us get into it. Number one, have an identity. This is important for a number of reasons. When you start a channel, understand that on YouTube, there are people creating content every single day. In fact, I think it was 2019, there was a stat that came out that about 500 hours of content are uploaded every single minute. Point is, a lot of people are creating things at the same time. So if you don't have a DNA for your channel, then what separates you from all of the other people? Something my dad has always told us is that if you don't know who you are, you'll answer to whoever calls you, basically. So it's so important to have an identity, because at the end of the day, this is going to guide the decisions you make on your channel, and it's going to help with the kind of content that you create. If you look back at our journey, the very first thing we did on our video is that, we tried to push this identity out, because we had a conversation. A lot of couples don't look like us, and we felt that, what better way to show the love of God by, creating a channel to show people what this looks like. So in essence, that becomes the core of everything that we do. So everything that we do, we have this at the back of our mind, and we look at how does this play, our role in pushing our identity. In essence, you need to have a story. Everyone has a story to tell, so it doesn't matter who you are, where you are. Get your identity, because that's what's going to really push your channel, and it's going to allow it to reach the right people who are looking for people like you. And so that's that.
Yeah, and you might find that as you start and a couple of months later, your channel sort of evolves on its own. What you thought might be the thing is not the thing for your channel. It's something else, but you can't just keep moving with the wave. You need to anchor yourself, and that anchoring is your identity. Just
before we move to the next point, a lot of people found out about our channel through the whole Namaste Wahala thing. Why? Because we got featured on BBC, and how that happened is because somebody searched for couple like us. So the whole identity thing will put you in the right place, and the right opportunities will find you. So know who you are.
So the second point, which is for me one of the major points, is treating your YouTube channel like a business. As much as you're there for fun and you're there to learn and grow on your creative side, it can become a money-making stream for you, and you do have customers, so to say, in terms of your audience. So just like any business, you need to have your R&D side of things. You need to know what's trending, what something can jump on. You need to have your marketing side of it. Are you talking about your YouTube channel outside YouTube platform, driving traffic to your channel? Are you engaging with your customers? Are you replying to comments? Are you, putting out posts on Instagram just to keep engaged with your audience? So when we started, like our earlier point, we had our why, we had our story that we were going to say. As much as we didn't know A to Z on everything we were going to do, we did have a plan that, by this time, we hope to have done 1, 2, and 3 on our channel. So treating it like a business is so important in bringing the full 100 of you, like 100% of you into it.
And you see, it's still connected to the whole identity thing. Like, think about it, a company that sells soap would not be marketing elephants. You'd be marketing soap. I don't know why I said
or
elephants.
Detergents.
Exactly. So in the same sense, your identity is really, it all connects, because you see, like, by treating like a business, the identity is still the core of it. And I think even in terms of the business thing, we also had to learn our strengths and how to really work together. So our guy here is the CFO. I do the editing. We plan videos. We don't just wake up in the morning and say, let's do this. No, we like to plan them out. We like to have an idea, because we're also working. So it makes sense that we plan things out. We read the analytics. We try and make sense of what
we're
work
doing
with the
right,
video. What are we doing
not
right?
Doing right.
And we're still learning, but at the end of the day, it's very, very great. And when you look at it from that business point of view, you become very, very intentional. So keep that in mind. So number 3, I think one of the most important things we have picked from this thing is the power of consistency. the truth is, if you're going to start a channel, that has to be at the back of your mind. You have to make a deliberate effort to be consistent about what you're doing. Trust me, it's not easy. You know, there will be days where you feel like, man, things are not working, things are not picking, you know, you feel like you're wasting your time. But it's consistency. That's where the power is. And, you know, even looking at our journey, if we weren't consistent early in, we wouldn't have gotten some of the breaks that we did, you know. So consistency is everything. And one of the things that, you know, I would advise you is that if you want to start, maybe you plan in advance. If you know that you're going to be busy, start planning your videos much earlier on. So even if you have to shoot them in advance and put them in, it would help you. But yeah, if you're going to start on this journey, make sure you are consistent, because again, as a techie, one of the things that I know is that when you build social media platforms, the most important thing is engagement. So if you are consistent and always making sure that you're putting things to keep people engaged, the algorithm and these platforms will work for you. So be consistent. Make sure you post every week, or every other week, or whatever. But yeah, whatever you commit to, make sure you do that.
Find your time. The thing that I've also learned is, at the beginning we were like, okay, when is the best time to post? And we used to go on a whim and just post it on some random day at some random time. And then later we noticed we have our own specific time for our channel. So learning what works for your channel is very important as well. But you can only know that if you're consistent in posting at a certain point to know if it's working for you or not. Yeah.
So they're all still connected.
Yeah. The fourth point, as you're starting a YouTube channel, is it's not always going to be roses and amazing, comments all the time. You're going to find a lot of people who are just there to talk bad about you or your channel, and there's no way around it. You will always have a naysayer. Whatever you do in life, not just YouTube, there'll be this one guy who will come and tell you, you are saying your name wrong. That's not how to pronounce your name. Or you're not from where you say you are, They will basically just uproot everything that you think you believe in. So it's very important to have a foundation as you're starting a YouTube, and just knowing at the back of your mind that if you do see comments that are negative, that are hateful, do not take it personal. A lot of people right now are sitting behind their computers and have nothing better to do but talk ill of you. But you're better than that, because you've taken the first courageous step of, in fact, putting yourself out there.
And you see, just to add, again, the identity. Like, we knew from the beginning that it wasn't always going to be like this honeymoon, right? That we will eventually get exposed to the point that people who don't really see things the same way we do will think that they have something to say, or they will have something to say. So our goal is to spread love, God's love through us. At the end of the day, if you want to be big, if you want to do great things in life, people will always have something to say. If you don't want anybody to talk about you, or you don't want anybody to criticize you, there's one way out. Do you know what it is? Stay small and don't do anything. So if you want to do something big, then you just have to learn how to deal with that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Last but not least, the most important thing I would say is patience. For me, this is such a powerful thing, because a lot of times guys want to start channels and you make these kind of forecasts that, we're going to put up the first video once it gets traction.
We did that.
Oh my God. The first video can be like so deceptive.
So deceiving,
because everyone at that point in time, oh my
they're
God.
Supporting you, and the people who are supporting you are your friends.
Yeah, so they go, they subscribe, they like.
Yeah.
That first video, oh my God, you'll think that you're going to get 1 million subscribers the next day.
2 days.
But then at the end of the day, like after that hype, then you start to see, it's usually like, and then the curve just goes down, because you start to see things a bit naturally, and you start to see that, not every single person is always going to be on YouTube. So in the beginning, I think we kind of had this false expectation that, by next week, the end of our first month, 1,000 subscribers. Easy. Yeah. But then the reality hits the ground, and you realize that, it actually doesn't happen like that. So it's one of the things that we really had to learn, but patience, I think that's the most important thing. If you want to do this thing, especially from a business point of view, or not business point of view, but if you're hoping that the investment of your time, your resources, your energy you put into YouTube will pay you back, you'll have to be patient. just like in all other investments, you have to be patient. At the end of the day, being patient will always have its reward in whatever it is that you're doing. It will always have its reward, and we are seeing that now. So if you're going to start a channel, make sure you exercise patience. Have your dreams, have your goals, but know that there's still certain things you might have to do to learn the ropes and all, but patience.
True. So that said, there are obviously so many more lessons that you can get on YouTube, ironically on YouTube about YouTube. But this is the little that we thought we could share, especially because some of our friends and some of our people in the comments also say that this is something they would want to do, is start a YouTube channel. So we were like, you know what, let's actually just reflect and put up some of our points. So this is not to say that we are so perfect that we had to teach you how to do it.
We're still learning.
This is like all the mistakes we've possibly made. We were not patient in most part of our journey. We did not treat YouTube as a business when it needed to be. We were affected by negative comments several times, so this is us learning all the bad things and then turning it into a lesson and wisdom. So we hope that you benefited from this in one way or the other in your journey on YouTube. Good luck.
Good luck. So hopefully, as she said, this adds value to your life. And if you do want to start a channel and you've heard this thing, I'll just ask you to just act. Don't think about it anymore. Stop. Just do it. That said, see you guys later. Like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and keep yourself locked because we have some really cool things coming. God bless. Bye.
Bye-bye.
If you don't know who you are, you will answer it. Okay. Something that my dad has always told us is that if you don't know who you are, you'll be